Winter in Kettering, Ohio often looks like a postcard, but for a homeowner, those heavy ridges of ice along the eaves represent a slow-motion disaster for the gutters and the roof deck below. The immediate reaction is often a frantic attempt to save the home. You find yourself standing in the freezing cold, swinging hammers at the ice, throwing handfuls of rock salt, or blindly scraping at the shingles with a long roof rake. While the panic is understandable, these methods are dangerous. Striking a frozen roof can fracture shingles and puncture underlayment, potentially causing more damage than the ice itself. Attacking the ice directly misdiagnoses the problem. It treats an exterior symptom while the underlying disease continues to spread. That massive block of ice destroying your gutters is not actually caused by the snow falling from the sky. The heat causing this destruction originates right beneath your feet, driven by air movement you cannot see from the curb. To permanently stop the ice from forming, we have to look past the weather and move into the attic. This diagram shows a sloped roof divided into two thermal zones. The mechanics of an ice dam start with the 32-degree rule. The problem begins when the upper roof surface stays above freezing while the lower edge remains below it. Snow sitting on the warm upper section eventually melts and flows downward as liquid water toward the eaves. Once that water reaches the eaves, which extend beyond the heated portion of the house, it hits the freezing air and crystallizes into a solid ridge of ice. This ridge acts as a dam, which forces subsequent melting snow to pool backward and seep underneath the shingles, where it can enter the home. This ice is the physical proof of a thermal imbalance occurring across the surface of the roof. But if it is below freezing outside, why is the upper half of the roof warm enough to melt snow in the first place? The answer is found in the attic. We look for the invisible bleed, conditioned, warm air from your living space escaping through small openings in the ceiling and warming the roof deck from below. This heat leaks through common features like unsealed bathroom exhaust fans, recessed lights, and gaps around plumbing or electrical penetrations. Every watt of expensive heat that escapes your living room acts as the fuel feeding the ice dam above. Protecting a home in the winter relies on a simple rule: a healthy roof is a cold roof. The first step is air sealing. We physically plug the micro leaks in the ceiling to stop the transfer of warm air at the source. Next is continuous insulation. This creates a thermal boundary that prevents radiant heat from warming the attic floor. This attic cross-section shows the final step: balanced ventilation. Cold outdoor air is drawn in through the soffit vents at the eaves, moves up the underside of the roof deck, and exhausts out the peak ridge vent to flush out any trapped heat. These three elements work together to create a tighter thermal envelope, which is the only engineering solution that permanently erases the 32-degree fault line on the roof. You can spend your winters hacking at ice on a slippery ladder, or you can let a balanced thermal envelope prevent the problem from ever starting. Ignoring the heat loss leads to water traveling down interior rafters, ruining insulation, and eventually destroying ceilings. Lasting protection means moving past temporary exterior fixes and addressing the systemic health of the attic and roof. Do not wait until water is dripping into your living room, or until you find yourself on an icy ladder. Stop the freeze-thaw cycle from the inside out. Contact the experts at MasterRoof Kettering for a comprehensive roof and attic inspection before the next storm hits.